been so far? I guess you guys are almost done before you guys let everyone go home.
I think, these guys are practicing hard. I think the one thing that's been, nice really the last 4 games, as a group, the guys have been running the ball pretty well. Dwayne is, starting to come on and doing some things explosively in the run game. Really excited about how these guys come to work every day and how they're practicing. I think we're kind of getting that physical mindset in the run game, physical mindset in the pass protection game. And I know everybody expects everybody to come out the gate game one, but I think as long as the season has went on, these guys have become more productive and they've been consistent. I'm excited where we're finishing the season. That's the goal, to finish the season better than you started.
What in particular did Dwayne do well the last few weeks of the season? He was healthy was obviously probably the biggest thing.
Dwayne being healthy is always good. I think the next thing is just really, using his vision a little bit more in the run game. And I think, him being able to use his vision, once he's able to hit those creases in the open hole, he's so strong and then he is very fast. Once he gets into space, it's hard for anybody to do anything with him.
You sense that kind of lifted up your whole room, kind of not just him, but the run game overall the last few games, being able to pick it up and then obviously help the offense.
Yeah, I think, when I think about that, I would say this. I think, the increase in production, the increase in confidence and the level of play at practice has really helped the offense. That's what we're here to do, to contribute as much as we can, whether it be the pass game or the run game. And really just seeing these guys getting better and stronger game after game has been exciting for me as a coach.
Keith, LeVon talked about how he feels like maybe he's improved a little bit in terms of his reading of the defenses and cuts. And has that shown up on film?
Yeah, like I said, I think all these guys throughout the season, LeVon included, has done a better job of not just getting the ball and taking off, really being patient, really being able to let the leverage of the blocks develop. One of those things that we constantly have been talking about, believe it or not, since springtime. But now we're actually doing it, where we're letting the leverage of the blocks develop. So now we're really getting easier, more positive runs. Sometimes we're banging our head against the wall, then getting 3 or 4 yards. Well, let's just get 3 or 4 yards the easy way. And if you get lucky enough, you might break one, and that's been happening for us too.
Since Dwayne's kind of stepped into the role of as being the number one guy, or at least the lead back as far as getting that amount of carries, have you seen him start to kind of step into that role and own that number one role?
I guess I don't know exactly what you mean by stepping into the role. I think all those guys have come to practice with great focus. I think Dwayne knows that we're counting on him, just like the rest of the guys know we're counting on him. Now to say he's more focused or less focused or whatever, I wouldn't say that. I think he is attacking practice how I've expected these guys to attack practice all year.
Flurry of recruiting stuff here the last week, and got one JC guy signed. Can comment on Ezekiel Turner, what you guys saw on him?
Being he's a defensive guy, I've watched snippets of film of him. Just getting him up here. From what I've seen on the film, he's a big guy. Seems to be a physical player. I got a chance to talk to him while I was here. I think he, as far as the mold of the type of guy we want around here, the type of focus he has as far as playing at this level and playing for the University of Washington, he's exactly what we want. I think, as we move through this recruiting class, we're going to be excited with the guys we get pulling up, signing that letter on signing day.
Hey, Keith, I asked Brent about he took a picture of the party that he had with the ugly sweater. Were you able to get anyone in your room together and do that?
We didn't do an ugly sweater party, but we've had numerous. I had guys over for Thanksgiving. We did a ribeye cookout, not ribs, ribeye steaks, good stuff. Sometime in the middle of the season, we actually are putting together. I actually got a little bit of Christmas bags for these guys that these guys will get before they take off. I think from where we started in our room, it's been exciting. For me as a coach. Just watching us grow, not just, player-coach relationship, but just as a group, me as a coach, those guys as players are really growing and really building that chemistry, okay? This is my group and going out there going, so I'm excited about that.
And how about the 15 practices for you specifically in your room? How is this going to impact you guys going forward?
You just start with day one fundamentals. I think when it comes to playing running back, when it comes to playing football in general, if you can't figure out what to work on, you just go back to your fundamentals. And I think your fundamentals sharpen your sword for your plays that you have going into the bowl game. So that's what I would say. Really a big focus on fundamentals for us, back to understanding leverage of blocks, back to pass protection or technique, back to running hard, using our vision, and breaking tackles.
And your two young guys, I know the early practices were maybe a little bit more for those guys. What have you seen so far from them?
Those guys are very consistent. You always feel, you feel happy about those young guys when they do get an opportunity to show it in front of the rest of the team, because a lot of times they're down there doing the dirt work on scout team, but when they get a chance to show some things when we do a little young guns play it period, it's exciting. And I think Gavin and Joman, both of those guys are working hard and, continually getting better. They understand protection. They're doing a better job of using their technique. And, I'll be looking forward to watching those guys develop during the spring.
As you guys do make a push to, as you close out this recruiting cycle, are there any major differences you've noticed recruiting here versus recruiting in Boise now that you've been here a little while?
I think one of the things is I think you're definitely recruiting a different caliber of player. I mean, it's the Pac-12, so you're looking at some different guys. I think the thing that's exciting for us with how much we focus on developing guys, there's going to be some guys down the road that might be those lower tier guys in the scouting world's eyes that are going to develop into some great players. I think, one of the things when it comes to the University of Washington, you get excited about the education that these guys can get here, get excited about these guys having a chance to live in Seattle, and get excited about the chance of these guys getting to play with the guys that are on the team now, play for this coaching staff. So if I'm a recruit, I definitely would give this place a long, hard look.
You mentioned those higher caliber players. I mean, how has the reception been among some of the guys who maybe you wouldn't have been talking to before?
Well, I'll have a better idea on signing day, but I think it's been good. It's exciting, getting a chance to talk to some of these guys. And believe me, we had some of these conversations at our old place as well. But when it comes to the things that this program offers, because let's be honest, the kids we're talking about, they're not going to go to a place that has a bad stadium. They're not going to be recruited by a place that has bad uniforms. They're not going to be recruited by a place that has bad facilities. They have all the places that they're being recruited by has those things. So it's more about, okay, what is different about coming to the University of Washington? And I think the culture that we're building as a family, I think the coaching that they're going to be able to get, the camaraderie they're going to have with the team, that's the difference of what we bring to this place.